Hey guys, Lance here from the MTG Lance channel. This is the Simic deck I've been talking about and working on for a while. I've actually have done like 6 iterations of this deck and changed some parts and pieces. And I think I finally got to where I wanted to do. And the reason why I'm starting with Breeding Pool is because, man, look at that artwork. Look at that. It is so good. The waterfalls in the back. I don't even know what that is, but the fishy thing that's evolving. You can see that everything's changing. This is so great art. Uncharted depths, unbounded hopes, unfathomable mysteries. I mean, this is just so good flavor text, so good artwork. And I mean, it's not a heavily played Shockland because Simic isn't heavily played right now. But I think with the Kiora Crashing Wave, and there's actually a video by Channel Fireball about it, and I think it's going to be good. And I'm starting with that so I don't spoil anything. But this deck has been through like many things, so I'm going to talk about this one more in depth than the Boros deck because I really do enjoy this deck. This is one of my favorite all-time decks of playing. First off, our 1-drop is a Cloudfin Raptor, a 1 blue, flying evolve 0/1. This thing, I've gotten it up to a 10/11 flyer. It gets crazy. It is so good in this format. Let me check down here. Do I have any 1-drops? No, I do not down there. Because I added cards and took out some other cards. I had some like Shamble Sharks in there and I changed them out for other stuff. So this deck has gone through so many iterations. And you think some of the rares that are like Plasma Capture and then the Counter Spell would go in here, but they actually don't because they're too slow and they just don't work as well. Plasma Capture is better than the other one, I think, because you get the mana back, but it takes 2/4. By turn 4, yeah, you could get a Desecration Demon and get 4 mana back, but I mean, it's not as good as you think it would be. Unless they have like a really giant, cost a lot creature. Plasma Capture would be probably good in EDH. Like they're playing like an 8-drop creature and you counter it, you get 8 mana back. That's a lot of mana. But going on, I think this is the only 1-drop in the deck. You may be asking why I'm not playing Evolution 1. And the reason why we're only playing 1-drop, one drop, is because we would rather not have tons of 1-drops in our hand late game. We'd rather just have these first turn. Since you have 4 of, you're probably going to get it. I've never really had very many games where I haven't had it in my hand or drawn into it very quickly. This thing always gets big. If you play early turn and it doesn't get taken care of immediately in this deck, it becomes a problem. It really does. Moving on to our 2-drop. Gyre Sage, I love playing this card. Most people say it's too weak, and I mean it doesn't evolve enough, but I've had this evolve to a 6/8. And imagine this producing 5 green mana. You pretty much don't even need your own like mana base or your lands. You just play the Gyre Sage, and it just goes off. I mean, you're playing it with Colonial Hydras, Biomancers, Prophet of Crufix, Renegade Crazius, Vol. I mean, just especially with Simic Guildmage triggers it off even. Prime Speaker Zeneca. I mean, everything triggers this card off, and it works. I don't really use sideboards in this game because you really don't use matches in the game, and if you do a match, it takes like an hour. So match, I don't really have a sideboard, but I will add a sideboard. Definitely what's going to go in the sideboard is a Rapid Hybridization, which I'm surprised is not in the main board, but there's reasons why I have other stuff instead of it in the main board. I may play one in the main board and take out something, but not really very much. So Gyre Sage is a very well-rounded 2-drop. It helps late game. I mean, you're going to get tons of green mana. I would choose mana of any color, because it makes it hard if you only have like 2 blue, but you have like tons of these, and you can only actually still play 2 things off of him pretty much. But Gyre Sage is very fun late game. Well, early game, you want him early game, and then be playing your bigger stuff after him. Next, another 2-drop. It's not creature, but we're gonna go mana cost here. Sorry about that. I had a burp. Simic Charm, one of the best charms I think there is actually, and because it does everything you need it to do. Gives you boost if you get in that for damage. It permanents you control gain hexproof, and this is why I think the Simic deck will do better than what people think because there's so much removal. It's its permanence, not creatures. Permanence, meaning if they go to Hero's Downfall, Dreadbore, you can, and I have 3 of them in here, so you're gonna have them pretty. I usually get them very often. I could run 4 and take out something else like a Rule. Just something, or take out another Colonial Hydra for it because I'm running 3 Hydras, and just add a Simic Charm if I need to to gain that hexproof if we're just going into a lot of removal heavy games. And this just like protects your lands, protects your planeswalkers, especially when I get Kiora crashing the wave in here, and I'm actually going to be trading that out for another thing in here, and that will just send it through the roof. And just be like, oh, you're going to target him with easy removal spell, hexproof, can't target him. Or if they have a really big creature that's getting out of control, like you're just tapping down the Desecration Demon, or it's just getting really bad out of hand, and return target creature to its owner's hand. It just bounces, protects, and boosts, which is everything Simic needs. I think that's all the 2-drops really in this deck. Going on to the, oh well, let me go back down, I just missed it. Simic Guildmage is a 1 green, 1 blue. This it's 2/2, so it works very well. It evolves stuff. I had a what is it called? Shamble Shark in here, which was a 2/1 flasher evolved. The thing is, why I think this is better than him is because the 2/1 flasher, you're not really going to use its flash very often. And this is a 2/2, so it evolves more than a 2/1. And it has if you have extra mana at the end of the turn, you want to draw some more cards, or if you're going to play a few creatures, but you have 2 mana running over, you can just make it so everything gets boost from it. And I know this is a longer video, but I really want to talk about this deck. Going to the 3-drops, Crazius, exclusive Crazius, or elusive, is a 0/4 unblockable evolve. This card actually does better than you think. The 0/4 is it gets crazy when it evolves like 3 times. It's like a 3/7. So the removal, like burn, is just out of reach for this card, and it's unblockable. So anything that lets you draw off of damage, he does it. Next to Renegade, Crazius. This card is insane. You'll have everything evolve off a drop. Like you drop a Colonial Hydra, right? You drop that right after you have this. This evolves. Everything else that has evolves, and then gets an additional 1/1 counter on it. So everything just gets so much bigger. It just gets crazy, and that means anything evolves, put a 1/1 counter on each creature that has a 1/1 counter. So if you evolve it right after with the Colonial Hydra, this gets more 1/1 counters on it. Moving on to, what was I on? 3-drops. We are playing 2 Whirl of the Hulklade because this gets fun with a Colonial Hydra, and what you can do is if you're able to have that extra 2 mana when you play this, you let it resolve when it enters the battlefield, but before enters with battlefield with X1 counters where X is the greatest control. That resolves first before the second ability resolves. So that resolves, and you say in response to that resolving, you do Whirl of the Hulklade and double the counters on it, and then you let it resolve, drawing you double the amount of cards you normally would. So it's very good. I actually had to look that one up and then like really think about it because I didn't know for sure if that's how it worked, but it does work that way. And that's for the 3-drops. So moving on to the 4-drops, and it's a longer video, but I like this deck. So, and my trigger isn't working. There it goes. Master Biomancer is a very essential deck because this boosts up everything that comes in after it. It evolves some things, but I actually don't play this as much as normally I would. I really don't have much to talk about that card, and I think that's the only 4-drop except Biden of Thassa. I'm playing Biden of Thassa right now because it lets you draw off of damage, and actually the creatures your opponents control attack this turn. If able, it has actually won me a game. But that will be getting taken out for Kiora when she comes because Kiora is a lot better. 5-drops were Colonial Hydra. Everyone knows what Colonial Hydra does. Evolves everything pretty much, and everything that has counters on it when it attacks doubles those counters, so everything just kind of gets massive. Prophet of Crufix, I only am running 2 of because they aren't very good in this deck actually. Untapping all your creatures and stuff is nice, but you're not really going to use it for its flash cost and all that. I could actually probably take this out for the Planeswalker Kiora instead of the Biden of Thassa. And then it just goes to the 6-drop where we're playing Prime Speakers and Zagana. We're only running a 2-of because we don't run it very often. We want it late game, but it's very fun late game when your creatures are big. Sometimes you're only going to get 2 cards out of it, and it only starts as a 3/3. Sometimes like some games I've had it only come out with 3 counters on it, draw me 3 cards. So it can be weak, but I've had it in times where one game I had an 8/8 creature out, and I did it, and it came in with 8 counters on it, drawing me a whole nother hand. So this can become a big guy. Talking about lands, we're running, I think, 9 Forests, 9 Island, 3 Temple of Mysteries, and 4 Breeding Pools. full of mysteries because we actually don't want this turn 1. We want to drop that Cloudfin Raptor turn 1. And just the scrying is not most important, but it helps you mana fix. So we're gonna get some gameplay soon. This was a long video, but it needed to be a long video because this is a deck I really like. This is, if not my favorite deck, really high up there. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm really excited if you can't tell. Leave a comment, like, and subscribe for me, please. Really helps. I love the increase in videos I've been able to come out with, and the increase of subscribers recently. It really helps, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Let me guys what you guys. Let me know, guys, what you guys think. I want to be interactive with my viewers, not just make videos you guys don't let me know. I want to hear back from you. Let me know what you guys think. So like, comment, and let me know what you think, and subscribe. So thank you guys for watching, and have a good day. Lance out.